Much better lighting. Let's try this again. I had to reset my camera up so I'm on the settings to get some more light to come in. Videos were coming out dark. So it looks like it's a lot better now. Let's go over these, what I call the Buck Disaster 184. And we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to show you my AC25 Advanced Combat Spike System hybrid handle survival knives. I'll try to keep this shorter. I'm going to try to tone it down a bit. So here we go. What happened was, here's the story. I bought these. These are pattern off the 184, the Buckmaster. This is a Japanese version, both of them. This one's 21032, the Explorer Master. This one is the IMAX. Okay. So what happened was, there's a certain model, and I can't tell you what model it is. There's actually 3 or 4 of them that I look for. I like to keep that classified because that's the sources that I go procure these to get the quality Japanese handle parts for my AC25. But when I got these, when I initially got that knife, I had bought the vintage knife, the smaller version that we make the AC25s off of. And what happened was, I noticed the handle was loose, and then all of a sudden it just unscrewed, and then I was in shock of the tang that I seen in there. I'll have that video. I'll have a video below showing you that. So then I went back and I started researching. I had a Buckmaster book of the 184 by Richard Neiman. When I initially got it, I looked through it, a few pictures. I really didn't check out the book that much, but I went back and looked at it. Sure enough, Buckmaster did the exact same thing, only their tangs were a little bit bigger as far as width. Same pencil tang. And there, just so you know, there'll probably be a part 2 to this video. Disclaimer also, no part of this video is AI, nor will AI ever be used on Snow Tag Knives channel. You get continuity, no clipping. So yeah, I got those 2 initially. I found out that it had the little bitty tang in it because I was messing with that knife. The handle seemed a little loose. It ended up just unscrewing, and that's how I found out about the tang. Then I went to research the Buckmaster. They did the same thing, a little bit bigger tang. And so I was just shocked. Quite literally shocked. Then I realized, once I got a story, one of my subscribers sent me a real life testimony of a gentleman that used a Buckmaster 184. He almost lost his life. It's a real deal. I'll have that testimony below. And the reason why, I'm not trying to push my knives. See, that's where people are getting this all wrong. They think I'm trying to make Buckmaster 184 look bad so I can sell my knives. That's not it. I make my custom knives, the AC25. I've got 2 of them right here. I'm going to show you. I make them for me. I started making these knives for me. I had no intention on doing any knife sales. So it's the first thing you need to understand. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to do knife sales and make 184s look bad. I'm doing it because what they did was a travesty, like one gentleman, my subscribers pointed out. It is, and it's wrong, because they put the end user in danger making a knife that will break like that. So then I set about, my goal was, I'm going to make an incredibly strong spike system. That's where my AC25s came in. These are Japanese, certain models that I look for. So I have to buy them right up front just to retrieve the quality handle, cap, guard, and spikes. And a nice, I look for the ones with a nice leather sheath. Then I'm going to completely take that little minuscule tang out of their blade. The blade parts of these knives, even the Japanese, even Buckmaster, I'm not ditching their craftsmanship on the blade, the primary grains, all that. It's the tangs and the tang attachment. So the Japanese, they did just an outstanding job on their blade craftsmanship. But they followed Buckmaster to do their tangs the way they did. So this is our AC25. That's my goal. Made it for me. These are hybrid handles. We call them hybrid handle now because you're essentially getting a half tang. They're 2 1/4. Half of a full tang's 5 inches. Half of that's 2 1/2. We do 2 1/2 on our LS1 knife, which is a Drac Crane inspired survival knife. We do 2 1/4 on these, but once that epoxy goes over it a little bit, you're almost at 2 1/2. These are half tangs. You got enough room in that hollow handle tube for your survival items. So that makes them brutally strong. They're more balanced. They index nicer. They're just way more balanced. You can feel the strength in that handle. This knife is not going to break on you out in the field. I don't care about using these as improvised grappling hooks. I think it looks cool, but I taper these a little bit forward, just like I did on the modifications, where that clears our hands. Now you've got to improvise brass knuckles. I do my artisan blade profiling on these. These are really nice hollow grinds. I do at least 30 inspections with high-powered jeweler's glasses during the build. These are 2-tiered locked out with 5,000 psi epoxy cold weld, backed up with real steel particle shavings. And then we've got a mechanical hold of 2 aero-grade titanium pins, which that material, that titanium material, is very expensive. But this whole process to build this takes a lot of labor time. It takes initial cost of getting the vintage ones just to retrieve these parts. They come with 10 to 15 degrees secondary cutting edges. Try to keep them around 15 degrees. I know 20 degrees is better for chopping and stuff. I want mine to cut a little bit better. With that 15 degrees, you get a lot of performance with the cutting. Here's one in the silica ceramic gray. This is gray oxide. And I do these in 3 different blade lengths: 6 1/4, 6 3/4, and a 7 1/2 inch blade length. And they'll all fit in that sheath. You're not going to find a stronger spike system knife like this compared to the SnowTac AC25 hybrid handle survival knife. I've showed you these. I really don't want to go into it, but these are vintage models where we modified the tangs, made them stronger. I haven't got them put together because I like to show those and showcase them, show you kind of what I've done on those mods. This snowman, I'll catch you on the next one.